Hi, I'm Morgan.
And I'm Jake, and this is
Neverland Navigation Radio,
where we take a spectacular journey into the history of the spectacular journey into the movies we call The Great Movie Ride.
Yeah, nice. I love your segue.
Thank you.
I guess not segue, you know what I mean.
I worked hard on it.
Did you?
No.
Did you lose sleep thinking about it?
Yeah, I was up all night.
That's probably what you're doing that's keeping you from falling asleep. You're like coming up with these witty intros to our show.
Yeah, I'm just in a cold sweat.
Yeah, well,
thinking, be funny.
I love your dedication.
Thank you. This is a fun episode. This is, I would say, a mutual past favorite of ours.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yeah, hard to get better than the nostalgia of this particular attraction.
Yes, and last time we went to Hollywood Studios, Jake was wearing his Great Movie Ride shirt, and he got all the compliments.
We both did, because Morgan was wearing a Castle Cake shirt.
A 25th anniversary.
25th Walt Disney World anniversary.
But you way more so, and I was like,
yeah, we were
fair.
at Hollywood Studios.
Yeah.
So, the cast members there, I think, have a certain affection.
I guess. I'm glad.
I'm glad, as they should.
Right. I'm glad it's still in people's hearts.
Yeah, it's definitely in ours.
Definitely.
I think it's hard for an attraction at this scale not to have a lasting impact on big Disney fans.
Sure. But, I'm not constantly getting sad over the loss of Ellen's Energy Adventure, but I am constantly getting sad over the loss of the Great Movie Ride.
Yeah, that is
I feel like
true.
It comes up. I mean, we are Disney super fans, so we're constantly talking about Disney or going to Disney or whatever, but I feel like this comes up a couple times a month.
Yeah, and that's so true. It does.
Which is crazy.
I like to say that we couldn't have rides like Rise of the Resistance or those large-scale set-heavy adventures.
You mean because they reused the Wicked Witch?
Yeah, that's why. No. Well, sure. But no, because...
Just kidding. I think that's been debunked.
I think so, too.
And what I'm talking about is that there is fan speculation that the animatronic from the Wizard of Oz scene got repurposed to become a Kylo Ren, right?
Yeah.
In Rise of the Resistance. So, I'm just joking. Go on.
I'm glad we got it out of the way early because it's the most important thing we'll talk about.
Sure. Where are all of those animatronics?
Before we get into all the ins and outs and the history, though, we did want to thank you all for joining us.
Yeah.
And we wanted
We're already getting off track.
100%. But, that's what you're here for.
Which is a fun pun when you're talking about Great Movie Ride because you do kind of literally get off track at one point.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. All right, go on.
Yes.
Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, absolutely. If you would like to help support the show and see us ramble about different topics, then you can do that by subscribing to the show wherever you listen to podcasts, on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Pandora, or wherever you've happened to find us, or by joining us or by leaving us a review. That would be super helpful. Not only do we love reading the reviews and interacting with you guys, but they help boost us up in the podcast rankings and make our show more discoverable. So if you would like to help support our little forays into Disney history, dining, rankings, lists, all that kind of fun stuff, then that's a great way to do it.
Yes, and if you are thinking about taking a Disney vacation or any other kind of vacation, please consider sending me an email at neverlandnavigationco@gmail.com because I am a free-to-you travel agent. And anytime that you book a Disney trip or a cruise trip or anything like that, really, your price for your personalized travel agent's commission is baked into the price you're paying, whether you're using a travel agent or not. So if you don't use a travel agent, then your place of travel just pockets that extra money. So you might as well help out a small business and get the perks of having a travel agent. And I am an expert in my field, so I would love to help you. In addition, you as the guest get free trip t-shirts from our 5-star Etsy shop as a thank you for letting me book your travel. So win-win-win.
Absolutely. Let Morgan guide you through your vacation the way that cast member would guide you through the movies.
Yes, and I always say my email on this podcast as a way to get in touch with me. That's just the first step. Like, after that, I'll give you my phone number. We can chat however you want. We don't have to do it all through email. We also have a website, neverlandnavigation.co, so there's lots of ways to get in touch with me.
Yeah, email is so formal.
Yeah.
That's just the beginning.
And some of my clients want to do all email conversation, and that's fine too. I just want people to know that's not the only way. Some people are scared off by a Gmail. I get it.
I get it. Gmail is there's a lot of serious stuff going down in the Gmail app. I understand. But, it's just a convenient place to start.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm so ready. This will be like my favorite topic. I cannot wait for all the information.
Oh, well, in that case...
I'll try to hold my tears.
Oh, yeah. Let's schedule a good cry at the end.
Okay.
Okay, we'll pocket it, and we'll wait until we get to the finale.
Yeah, we'll try to have fun. Just relive the happy memories.
Oh, yes. I'm so nostalgic for this. I do like to think about it all the time.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, should we start at the beginning?
Always. Let's begin at the beginning.
Well then, welcome aboard! At this time, I'd like everybody to remain seated throughout the ride and keep your hands and arms within the vehicle at all times. Also, for the safety of our cast and the comfort of those around you, please no fast photography or the use of external video lights. Alright, now that we've taken care of business, let's talk about me. My name is Jake, and I'll be guiding you through your magical journey into the movies. It's the perfect job for me because I love the movies. So, is everyone ready? Great, because it's showtime. Ready when you are, CB. And we are rolling. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Great Movie Ride. Once again, my name is Jake, and I'll be taking you from this Hollywood soundstage right into the middle of the action of the greatest films ever made, all on one tour. But between you and me, this is no ordinary tour, because the Great Movie Ride brings these movies to life and puts you right in the middle of the action.
Wow.
That was fun. You guys remember that?
That was it. That was the full spiel at the beginning. I love that.
Reading that really took me back.
Yeah.
Morgan, if you didn't catch, was singing Hooray for Hollywood because at the beginning of this attraction, they play it, and it's like the most earworm.
Yes.
It gets so stuck in the brain.
And I'm always joking how those are the only words I know is Hooray for Hollywood and then nothing else. Yeah, but yes, it gets in my head anytime I think about the Great Movie Ride, so here we are.
Oh yeah, an iconic beginning of the journey. Alright, I want to get into the history a little bit. That was fun.
That was fun.
Back in the 80s was when the genesis of this ride happened, and it happened with Imagineers whose names you might know. It was Marty Sklar and Randy Bright.
I do.
Yes, they've come up so much.
Yeah.
They led a team assigned to develop 2 Future World pavilions for Epcot, and it resulted in the Wonders of Life Pavilion, which we've covered in some detail, and a pavilion for Epcot called Great Moments at the Movies, which would be a 20-minute dark ride that served as like a dark ride journey into the history of films. The concept art for that pavilion was created by Joe Rohde, who we also have discussed many times. He was the mastermind for Animal Kingdom. And it was in the early days of his career at Disney, but it's kind of cool to see which Imagineers were working on this project from the beginning.
Yeah, I didn't know that the heavy hitters took this one on.
Yeah, it was like they got the ball rolling on the Great Movie Ride. Very
Great.
Cool.
I guess I'm not surprised.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So after hearing the idea and seeing all of the potential in it, Michael Eisner looked at these concepts that they were drawing up for this would-be pavilion in Epcot, and he said, you know what, this should be its whole theme park on its own, about the movies.
Yeah.
And
I'm sorry, did you say where they were originally going to put it? In Epcot?
Yeah.
Okay, where was it by the Wonders of Life Pavilion, or did they not say?
It was going to be between the Land and Imagination pavilions.
Where?
I don't know.
Wild.
Yeah. I'm not sure exactly what they were planning on doing, like, locations.
There must be more space back there. We're going to have to start thinking about what we want to put back there now.
Yeah. A new, an expanded imagination pavilion.
Okay.
Ooh, fun. Yeah.
More Figment.
Yeah. Figment. Oh, I didn't realize that there was more space back there, but apparently that's what they were thinking. So.
All right.
At the time, it was going to be an Epcot pavilion, and then Michael Eisner, when he became CEO of Disney and he was looking at what they wanted to do with the theme parks, he was aware that Universal was developing a theme park for Florida.
Right.
So to directly compete with their movie studio / theme park, he began development on Disney-MGM Studios to directly compete, and he saw this concept art and he was like, oh, this is exactly what we need to like be the cornerstone of our new movie theme park.
Right. Okay.
So it all kind of fell into place.
This really fits with the backlot tour history that we went into a few months ago.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. You should go back and listen to that, because we kind of get into we call them the studio wars.
Yeah.
Between...
This feels connected, yeah.
It literally, yeah. It's the same,
is, yeah.
It's the same little feud between them. But yeah, so they developed the park to compete against Universal, and originally the concept was going to be called Great Moments at the Movies, presented by Sears, Roebuck & Co.
Wow.
Yeah.
So much there. One, I cannot see this fitting into Epcot.
I know.
At all. Two, Sears. Interesting.
I actually did not know that until I started doing research on this.
How are you going to sell me a vacuum by showing me movies?
That's a great question. I don't know what they were planning to do to...
Maybe they sold a lot of TVs back in the day.
Oh, actually, that's maybe that's
all
what
I
they
can
were
think
thinking.
of.
Yeah. Yeah, that actually makes a lot of sense. The Walt Disney World Company and Sears announced a 10-year joint marketing and licensing agreement in 1987. Sears would sponsor the park's signature attraction and a Hollywood showcase store. So they were planning on being the sponsor to what sounds like what would be the big gift shop of Hollywood Studios. And I'm not exactly sure how that leads to more sales for Sears, but they don't have to worry about it because it didn't work out.
I was going to say, I was waiting for this didn't work out, or I was going to be shocked because I don't remember Sears having anything to do with this. So they were going to sponsor the Great Movie Ride and a movie-themed gift shop after the Great Movie Ride?
Sounds like
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
I'm surprised we didn't get a movie-themed gift shop after the Great Movie Ride, now that you mention it.
It was extremely common at the time for rides, and it's now, for rides to exit into gift shops. And it was surprising to people that the Great Movie Ride exited directly into the park.
Especially since you could have sold stuff for all those movies.
Oh, yeah.
Like they do in Universal.
Yeah. There's a lot of merchandise to be had from that.
Yes. There were a lot of movies that I was a big fan of as a kid that I would, not just like Disney animated movies, like later in childhood.
Yeah.
I don't even think I should get into it. Okay. I was a
Give us three.
No, I'll give you one. I was a weirdly huge fan of Gone with the Wind when I was in middle school. Like weird. Like,
Gone with the Wind is great.
How many 12-year-olds do you know that want to watch a 4-hour movie and then go see it in the theaters when the classic theater's playing? Anyway, I would buy the merch.
You had such an attention span.
I guess.
To get through that.
I would also watch the Gone with the Wind miniseries, like sequel that came out on... It came out on TV like way earlier, but I had like a VHS set to it. That's 10 hours combined.
Dang.
I know. I was committed. It was weird. It was like a weird kid obsession. Anyway.
This is Morgan, and her special interest is the Civil War.
It's so weird. I know. It's so weird.
No, I think Gone with the Wind captured a lot of people's imagination.
Yeah,
So I don't think it's that weird. It is a while that you were that into it that early on.
Yeah.
But that's kind of cool.
Thanks.
Yeah, that's really cool. And Gone with the Wind is a great movie. I was kind of surprised, who distributes it? Because if it's distributed by Universal, then we know why it's not in the Great Movie Ride.
I'm surprised it's not in the Great Movie Ride.
It seems like the type of movie that would at least have some representation.
Yeah, I could see, like, in today's standards why it would be problematic, although it's historical, but...
Sure. But not even in the montage of him
Yeah.
saying, frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn?
Actually, I do think it was... Scarlett was in the montage at one point.
Okay,
yeah.
well, that makes
there
sense.
was him carrying her up the stairs, which is...
Yeah,
but you're right. They did not do, frankly, I don't give a damn. But maybe that was because of the cuss word.
The word damn. Yeah, maybe.
First cuss word ever spoken. See, I was just a movie enthusiast, I think, as a kid. Anyway.
Fair enough, yeah.
Moving on. I'm surprised they didn't sell stuff.
Yeah, it is surprising, because...
Wizard of Oz
literally,
stuff.
I'm like, where's the Wicked Witch plush
For real.
animals and stuff?
Yeah.
You know, you would think. But they decided not to do that. Coca-Cola instead stepped in as the attraction sponsor, and it became the Great Movie Ride. They changed the name from Great Moments at the Movies to the Great Movie Ride to reflect that the attraction was a ride and not a movie, despite being housed in a replica of a movie theater.
I can see why that would be confusing. Sure.
Yeah. I like the title Great Moments at the Movies, but I think the Great Movie Ride is kind of like a beautiful, punchy, you know.
Love it.
Yeah. It fits good on a sign.
Mm-hmm.
When they were conceptualizing this, they wanted to represent movie making as an art form throughout kind of its history and really hit some of the highlights of like cinema past. So to do that, they needed to reach from beyond the Disney catalog. It was immediately clear to them that they couldn't just do Disney movies. So
back then, yeah.
Right. Now they probably could literally just do all Disney.
Yeah.
And stuff that's on Disney Plus. But back in the day...
Now they own almost everything.
I know. Now that they own 20th Century Fox,
I know.
that alone is enough for them to do a Great Movie Ride. But they incorporated films from outside of their own library through a partnership with MGM, Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer. And that was the genesis of Disney-MGM Studios and why that relationship was made, because they realized in the development of this ride that this whole park is going to need all these different characters and licenses and stuff. So they wanted to team with a studio that had an extensive back catalog of immediately recognizable titles, and obviously Universal was not, game.
Yeah.
So Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer was the one that they ended up going with. And then later Turner Entertainment helped them with some licensing stuff when Turner Classic Movies later on became a sponsor of the attraction. And then also they had an agreement with 20th Century Fox specifically to license the film Alien into the ride. So that was kind of interesting because now Disney owns 20th Century Fox. So it's kind of funny that they had to... It was originally part of a deal that they had struck with MGM because MGM at the time owned distribution to Alien, I believe. But then when that changed hands and 20th Century Fox owned the distribution, they had to get their own separate agreement with 20th Century Fox, which apparently was a big deal for them. And then, kind of doesn't matter anymore.
It's interesting how much these movies change hands.
Yeah, it is. It is really interesting. Some movies that you wouldn't necessarily expect to be in the catalog of a different studio sometimes do get the rights acquired by another one. And then that really impacts the whole theme park of everything because the adaptations then have to be licensed differently. And sometimes that happens even with like celebrities and bands. That's basically what's happening with Aerosmith right now. They're not renewing their contract. So Disney's like, all right, the Muppets.
Yeah. Are you saying that was Aerosmith's choice? I doubt it.
I don't 100% know. When I say they're not renewing their contract, either
the contract's not being renewed one way or the other. Yeah,
either Aerosmith is out or Disney is out. I don't know who owns Aerosmith's catalog. It might be them deciding not to,
renew,
not to renew anymore. Because is that making them more money for Aerosmith or for their record label? I don't know.
I don't know.
Hard to say.
I can't imagine that they would want out because, it seems like such a cool brag.
Yeah, and what is Aerosmith? I mean, no disrespect, I guess, but what do they have going on right now?
They're retired now, so... Yeah, okay, go
on. So this ride opened with the park on May 1st, 1989. An opening day attraction, and one of the only two attractions in the beginning. It was just this and the Backlot Tour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was your whole day.
Literally. But the backlot tour, as Morgan covered recently, was like a long
2 hours. Yeah.
yeah, like a crazy long experience. So it makes sense. This was also long, but at least it was like entirely indoors. And yeah, it was an indoor dark ride experience, which I think a lot of people expect from Disney.
Yeah.
To have some type of dark ride moment. So I think that was good contrast with the backlot tour.
Oh, yeah. Sounds like a great day.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that does sound like a great day. I want to get into the ride experience a little bit of what you would have experienced when riding the Great Movie Ride. The facade and the queue are a replica of the Grauman's Chinese Theater in Hollywood. And this is like a fun fact that a lot of people know about the Great Movie Ride, but when they were refurbishing the actual Grauman's Chinese Theater in California, they asked Disney for the plans to the Great Movie Ride so that they could accurately detail the theater, because the Disney records were so thorough and so accurate that they wanted access to them to be able to get all of the detail of the refurbishment right, which I think is fun.
I love this factoid or whatever.
I know, it really speaks to the quality of Disney's attention to
Detail, yeah.
Incredible.
I love that.
When you went into the interior of the Chinese theater, there were film props and displays in the queue, and we're going to play a game called Hey Morgan, you remember this one? Where I tell you which props were there, and you say you remember this?
Okay, what if I don't?
Then just say no. Indiana Jones's machete from the Temple of Doom. Do you remember seeing that?
Machete?
Yeah.
No.
I don't think I do either.
Okay. Wait, are these all, or are you quizzing me and some of them aren't actually there?
No, they were all there.
Oh, got it.
I'm just saying if you remember.
Okay.
The spacesuit from Alien?
Of course.
Yeah, I remember that one too. Orange, right?
Yeah.
The cocoon from Cocoon.
I think so.
I think so too. I remember the sign. Mary Poppins carousel horse.
Of course.
Of course. This was actually the one
very iconic.
I liked the most.
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
And then a pair of ruby slippers from the Wizard of Oz.
Yes.
Yes. I'm so happy we got to experience that in real life. How cool.
Yeah, I know. And I love how they turned, right?
Yeah, they were on a rotator.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that was so cool. Later on in the attraction's history, they swapped some things around, and there were wardrobe pieces from Who Framed Roger Rabbit included. Mm-hmm. There was Freddy Krueger's sweater, was there, which I didn't know. I never saw that. And Rose's dress from Titanic made an appearance in the Great Movie Ride as well.
Okay.
Very cool.
Very cool.
Yeah. It's also, I think...
The slippers were my favorite.
Me too. The slippers and the carousel horse.
They shined lights on them so that they would sparkle all the time.
As a big Wizard of Oz fan, I don't know if y'all know that about us. Probably. But, like,
Yeah.
I'm a huge Wizard of Oz fan. So, like, I don't know. I think this attraction truly started that for me. It's really cool to say that we've seen the
I feel like we
ruby
wouldn't have
slippers.
gotten the tickets to Universal last year if it weren't for the
the
Wicked stuff coming.
Experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is actually what
That
sealed
is how
the deal.
I talked Jake into it.
We had been thinking about it,
Yeah.
but that really sealed the deal, 100%. And boy, if they build themed attractions, it's...
We'll be annual pass holders.
Get ready for the Universal podcast. So I think a really memorable aspect of the queue was the film reel at the end, the trailer reel.
Oh, I know. I love that.
I loved it too. They played clips from all of the films in the ride except for The Wizard of Oz to keep it as a surprise.
What do you mean to keep it as a surprise?
They didn't play any clips. They didn't play the trailer for The Wizard of Oz.
Oh, in the pre-show.
In the pre-show.
Okay, I thought you were talking about the end show.
Oh,
the
yeah.
clip show.
No, that's the montage at the end of the ride.
I love that. I thought that's what you're talking about. Sorry, you're talking about the clips at the beginning. Also fun because you're in air conditioning. If nothing else, you're in line.
Yeah.
In air conditioning, being entertained.
Yeah, watching a movie in a dark room.
They did play a clip for a Western.
Yep, The Searchers.
Okay, and I remember Alien.
Yep. The Alien one was particularly scary.
So they were trying to keep Wizard of Oz as a
reveal.
Okay.
Yeah, which I think is cute.
I don't remember a clip for Fantasia.
Oh, actually, I don't think they do one for Fantasia?
But that could have been added after the fact.
That's true.
Was it added as a Fantasia 2000 No.
No, it was added because originally that was going to be a tornado sequence
Right.
from The Wizard of Oz.
Right, not Twister.
But they, not from, oh, that would have been cool. Helen Hunt is there.
Cowls.
Oh, wait, no. Can't, because Universal.
Yeah.
Nope.
Well, now Universal has, okay, I'm it's confusing. My head hurts. Let's...
This podcast is called Don't Get in the Weeds. It's very hard for us. We love the weeds. Yeah, so with that particular scene, just to answer this and then I'll move on, was going to be The Wizard of Oz, but they had a contract with MGM that stipulated the amount of media that could be used from The Wizard of Oz in the attraction, and they had already exceeded it with the Wizard of Oz stuff that they had inside.
Why would they want to limit how much Disney promoted their movie?
I think it was in order to maintain creative control and in order to say this will not be a Wizard of Oz themed attraction.
Okay.
If we want to do a Wizard of Oz themed attraction, we will. And they did do a Wizard of Oz casino.
Also, I feel like that could have been a generic tornado.
Yeah, fair enough.
What would make it a Wizard of Oz tornado? Oh, yeah. Okay.
Probably
fair,
that,
fair.
I would guess.
Yeah.
Yeah,
fair.
I don't know. But yeah, they didn't have enough time. They used all their Wizard of Oz time, so they had to put in Fantasia.
Ridiculous. Okay, yeah, and it's fine.
Yeah.
I like the trivia they give you in that moment on the ride.
Yes.
You remember it?
Oh, wait, about the water? About
no,
what?
about so at least at the end of Great Movie Ride's existence, when you were going into that scene that was Fantasia, a cast member or maybe would
backwards.
Yes, would
it's all coming back.
Yeah, would say, either explain or ask. I can't remember the wording exactly, but would tell you that the bad guy in Fantasia is Yin Sid because that's Disney spelled backwards.
I had completely forgotten about that until you just brought it up now.
It's just like, oh, we're just gonna throw some fun trivia your way.
I love that.
Yeah.
That gives me the warm and fuzzies. Yeah. So, okay, we were in the queue, believe it or not.
Sorry.
We're at I'm equally to blame.
This is like a passion thing for us, so I just can't.
And also, we knew this was going to happen. We knew this was going to happen.
Okay.
So after you view that clip in the queue, the clip show in the queue.
You have a list?
The list? No. It's just the movies. It's just the movies that are in the ride.
Oh, okay.
So we'll get into, I do have that, like in order what movies you see in the ride, and those movies are the same ones that they show in the...
But not all of them, right? You said all but Wizard of Oz?
All but Wizard of Oz.
And not Fantasia, but
yeah.
Was there a Footlight Parade
Yes.
Okay.
The Footlight Parade...
I remember the Western ones so well.
Me too. The Searchers.
But weren't there multiple Western movies referenced in the ride?
There was also the good, the bad, and the ugly reference in the ride. But I don't think... Maybe that one just not enough for them to put. But I guess you're right. Not literally... I guess not literally
They did
all.
a clip from each section, I think, probably, right?
Oh, actually, that does make a lot of sense. But they didn't do Fantasia for some reason. Very odd. Maybe they did do Fantasia. I didn't look that up specifically.
We'll watch it after.
Yeah, the whole clip thing is available on YouTube. Somebody filmed the entire...
I'll bet they did. I'm going to watch it. We're gonna play it while we're eating dinner.
That would actually be so fucking nostalgic. So once you're at the end of that, then you enter a 1930s era Hollywood soundstage, which was the load area, and you'd be loaded into one of two pairs of open theater-style seating ride vehicles. So the ride vehicles were called a traveling theater, and they were an automated guide system vehicle similar to the Universe of Energy attraction at Epcot. So they were these big ride cars, bench-style seating. Mm-hmm. You slide in, and then there's no track on the ground. It's just like a flat floor, but it's guided by an embedded cord in the ground, and there's like a radio sensor on the bottom of the car.
Cord? Like you're being pulled?
You're not being pulled. The cord is embedded into the ground for the sensor that's on the car to read it and follow the cord around the floor.
Okay.
And that's how it worked in the Universe of Energy, and that's how it worked for this ride. And I think they should bring these back.
Oh, it was really fun.
It was a really good ride system. It was like the feel of a trackless dark ride. It couldn't do crazy stuff like the current trackless dark rides can. Like, you can't Congo with Daisy.
Right.
Or anything wild like that.
I'd be okay with that.
But I always wondered how the heck it was happening when I was a kid. Because there was no track.
I still don't really understand, actually.
Yeah, it like followed, like there's a sensor in like the middle of the bottom of the car, and as long as it could recognize where the embedded ground wire thing was heading, then it could know where to take the car, which was a pretty advanced type of situation when it debuted, and I thought it was magical as a child.
Yeah. Okay.
So they're grouped together in pairs of 2, and they feature an open cab in the front row of each vehicle for a live tour guide to stand, provide narration, and operate the ride vehicle. That brings us to one of my favorite aspects of the Great Movie Ride, which was that it had a live cast member on board each and every car. How fun.
Yeah.
This used to be the case.
Would you do this job if it were available today?
I think, judging by the beginning of the podcast, you know the answer.
Yeah, but there's a lot more to it.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to give anything away.
It's very involved, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. You'd do all that.
Oh, I would love to do all that. That sounds like a really fun way to spend your
I could do it too.
I think you would be great.
Yeah, it doesn't take like A+ acting abilities.
No, it's a lot of script though.
Yeah, it is a lot of script, you're right.
But I'm sure by the time you get into the rhythm of it, it's not that bad. But it's also we say this about a lot of stuff, but it's like the Jungle Cruise.
It is true.
Where
sometimes it was good, yeah.
Yeah, sometimes you have an exceptional one.
When they went the Western way, or the person that would come out, the secondary cast member. Should I not say this now? Should I wait till you get there?
No, you go ahead.
When the secondary cast member comes out, that's the bad guy in the Western scene. I think it was the Western scene. Maybe it was the other one. They would have an accent.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I could do that.
That's a little... keeping up the accent seems a little laborious to me.
Yeah.
But it would be fun. Honestly, I think because of a reveal that happens later on, I would have more fun being the first one. The guide.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
That seems very
I wonder if that's a possibility or if they switched off.
Ooh, wow. Oh my gosh. I don't know. We could ask somebody. We've had people comment and tell us they worked on that ride.
We should, let's see if we can get them on the show.
Heck yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so there were these guides, and they would do the spiel that I did at the beginning, and then they would take you through a journey into the movies that began with musicals. The first one that you saw was Footlight Parade, which was a multi-tier cake, in quotation marks, of dancers that... in the beginning, the cake would rotate in the beginning of the ride's life cycle. It had some problems, so it eventually became stationary. And then they added a scrim in front of the cake, and they projected some visual effects onto it. Mostly just shapes of like bubbles and stars and stuff. Mm-hmm. And there were bubbles from the ceiling. And they played the Footlight Parade song. And that was kind of the beginning. And I always thought, because I never saw it function the way that it was designed to function.
With the water?
With the water and everything.
Did you find anything out about that? Didn't they do water and then it flooded at some point?
Yeah, there was actual water involved in the scene. And then it had so many problems that it would flood the track area of the ride. And that caused all types of problems with the operation. So they decided to
scrap the actual water,
to stop the water, and also apparently there was like the rotating of the cake was not good for that structure, and so that's why it doesn't rotate anymore either, because it was harming the foundation of the... So
then it became a Disco Yeti kind of situation, right?
This was the first original Disco Yeti, if you think about it.
Yeah.
Literally, yeah.
It wasn't made to look like it was moving, but they just kind of lit it in a dramatic way.
Yeah, I always thought it was weird as a kid driving by it. I'm like, why are these mannequins behind a screen? Like, I didn't understand.
Yeah, and it was way cooler when it moved.
Yeah, and now, obviously, as an adult, I've seen footage of it when it, was working in the full effect, and it was a cool start to it. And then you got to the Singing in the Rain portion, where you see Gene Kelly on a light post with his umbrella, doing his famous little bit, and then you see Bert on the chimney, on the roof with the chimneys, and then you see Mary Poppins with her bag and her umbrella levitating. As a kid, I would always look up behind me to see
Oh.
how Mary Poppins was floating.
Oh, wow.
I was so like, how is...
Did you figure it out?
Yeah, she's on a mechanical arm that's
Sure.
like attached to her back.
I
That's, like,
imagined as
moving.
much. Yeah.
Yeah, but I needed to see with my own eyes.
Yeah, that's very cool.
And then you got a big change of tone into the Gangster Alley portion, where you would see, you were in a set inspired by Public Enemy. There were Public Enemy posters on the wall, and this is where the first interactive shootout element could happen. So there was a Gangster Alley, and then there was a Western section.
Right.
So either your car could be stopped in the Gangster Alley section, and your car would be hijacked by a gangster,
Right.
who's in a shootout with
Really
the law.
early on, that one.
Indeed. Or you could have an interactive shootout section in the Western
Right.
scene where a bandit gets into a shootout while robbing a bank and like sets fire to the...
I feel like I got that one more often, but I do remember the accent from the mobster. What did you call it?
Gangster.
Gangster.
But yeah, it is same vibe.
Whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that being the accent being kind of a issue.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Inconsistent.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel that. It's a tricky one to have the see.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's tough.
In
to
the
keep.
Western one, was there a fire, or is my brain?
Yeah,
Okay.
they at the end they set fire to the building, and like fire in quotation marks, like Pirates of the Caribbean fire. Oh no, that was real fire.
Yeah, I remember the heat.
You're right. That was real fire. Fire would come out of the windows. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know, movie magic.
Movie magic. So yeah, Gangster Alley was Public Enemy, and then there was the James Cagney moment, and then in the Western scene, it was the Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, and the Searchers, and that was the John Wayne on the horse.
Yeah.
Pilgrim.
I knew it was Clint Eastwood and John Wayne.
Yes.
I didn't know the movies.
Yeah.
I have seen one of those movies. But
Yeah, I'm sure you've seen the Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
that's the one.
Yeah.
That, just like back when I was a little kid, like it was just on TV and my dad was watching it or something.
That's how we've all consumed Western
know.
movies. That's the
Yeah.
only way.
Yeah.
Then we have the Alien section.
Is that next?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, the Alien section is notably terrifying.
I'm trying to remember what the gangster person says when you get there. It was funny.
I wanted to say it was...
First they shoot out the red light.
They shoot out the stoplight, and then they say, look, green, or something like that. He makes it turn green or whatever.
Yeah.
And then they're there, and I want to say he says, I don't think we're in Kansas anymore, but I don't know if that's
something
true.
like that.
Yeah, but anyway, or he's like, I don't like the looks of this.
Yeah, it could have
like
been both, because they were from different... Yeah, anyway, go on.
It's spooky. You're aboard the spaceship Nostromo.
Terrifying
with
when I was a
Sigourney
child.
Weaver. It is literally so scary.
So scary.
But something has gone terribly wrong. Somewhere aboard the spaceship, an evil creature is killing off the crewmates one by one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ripley, played by Sigourney Weaver, is represented by an animatronic. She's got her gun.
She's shivering.
She's up against the wall. She's shivering. She's so scared. And,
sweating.
oh god, that animatronic just itself used to freak me out.
Yeah, it looks terrifying.
It looks very scared, and then you see why.
Yeah.
Because an alien comes out of the side of the ship and lunges out at you, a xenomorph. And then you turn the corner, and the alarm system is going off, and it's going crazy. And then an alien comes from the top.
Yeah.
And from the ceiling, and there's a hole in the ceiling, and the alien is coming out. And it's got a bunch of fog and flashing lights, and there's like water, like droplets going on.
Ugh.
And it is a very spooky time.
Yes, when I was a very little kid, the two things that from Disney that would like haunt my nightmares was this scene and a scene from Maelstrom.
Oh, yeah. Oh, gosh. Yeah.
The troll thing was freaking me out when I was a little kid.
Back.
Anyway.
Back.
Yeah.
Over the falls. Yeah. those were both scary. This alien sequence in particular definitely terrified me. I remember the first time writing this, I was like, I didn't want to look at it.
Yeah.
It's too scary.
Too scary. I would hide my eyes too. It's kind of funny when you go on it as an adult because you're like, oh, this is a little ridiculous. But yeah, it really did do its job when you're a little kid. And I still haven't really been able to watch this whole movie.
Literally, yeah. It is a very scary movie.
Yeah.
We have remarked before that it was kind of strange for them to pick this movie.
Yeah, it is strange, especially since now it sounds to me like you're saying they had to go way out of their way to get it.
They did, yeah. I think it's partly because...
Why not choose a different...
Because Michael Eisner was a stubborn man, he wanted an alien attraction in Magic Kingdom.
He wanted to appease his son.
Yes.
He wanted to be the cool dad.
Literally, he did all this. That is basically...
I say that because his son wanted something alien and scary put into Magic Kingdom, and that's why we wound up with Alien Encounter.
Yes, which is just a knockoff, pretty much, of the Alien franchise, if you think about it. So then we go into the adventure section featuring Raiders of the Lost Ark, a very cool scene where they're in the ruins recovering the Ark of the Covenant. Very fun. And then you go into... I did not realize when you're in the Tarzan portion of this ride, you are inside of the 1934 movie Tarzan and His Mate.
Really?
Did you know that?
No.
I didn't know that
As
either.
a matter of fact, yeah.
Yeah, that's what, isn't that wild? I actually was wondering which version of Tarzan we were going for, because clearly it wasn't the animated film Tarzan.
Right.
And clearly it wasn't...
They say at one point something about the actress that played... I can't remember what the spiel was.
She's on top of an elephant.
Yeah, but when it turned into Turner Classic Movies, I remember him, the speaker guy, saying something about her.
Robert Osborne.
Yes, anyway.
Yes. I don't remember her name, to be honest with you.
I know it. I think that's what he said. But anyway, go on.
Yeah, so we go from the Tarzan section into, in my opinion, a classic part of this ride, which is Casablanca. You get half of the plane, and you get them doing the famous, here's looking at you, kid, where I'm going you can't follow.
Yeah.
That whole speech. That's the only drama represented in the Great Movie Ride, and
the other half of the plane is in the Jungle Cruise.
Yes, as we've covered before. I think that's a very fun fact. And then we go through what would become the animation section with the Fantasia, little tornado, Segway moment, which was just really like a dark room with a screen.
Yeah.
And the screen showed Mickey
and it was windy.
The water stuff. Oh yeah, there was a wind effect. I liked that wind effect. Cool you down. And then you go into Munchkinland.
It cooled me down too much. I didn't like it.
That is... We
were already cool by that point.
Well, yes, and that is so... that's so you and I.
Yes.
That I was like, oh, yes, wind, and you're like, oh, too cold.
Too cold, yeah. Don't mess up my hair.
Tale as old as time. We go into Munchkinland. This is my favorite part. There's a million little animatronic munchkins
coming
out of the windows.
I like the scene after this even better.
Oh, the Emerald City one?
Gorgeous.
Love. I've considered getting a tattoo of that scene.
Oh, that would be so you.
And it would be Wizard of Oz, and it would be Disney.
Yeah.
Anyway, this portion, the house has fallen on the Wicked Witch of the East, and the tour guide is kind of Glinda, and you're kind of Dorothy, and the Munchkins are singing Ding Dong the Witch is Dead, and then in a cloud of red smoke, the Wicked Witch appears as a terrifying, very fluid animatronic.
Right.
And she says, who killed her? Who killed my sister? And it's the whole speech.
Yeah.
She does the, I'll get you and your little dog too.
Right. And your tour guide is responding to her in time.
You have no power here.
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole bit. And I love that. I love the interaction between an animatronic and a live cast member.
Yeah.
How fascinating.
And it always worked. I will say in all of my times going on this ride, I never saw it not line up. I'm not saying that means it never did, obviously. I'm sure there's some people that have experienced issues, but I never...
Let us know. I'd love to know. But yeah, me neither. There was no B mode. It was just that was the ride.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how they achieved that, but it was very impressive. I always used to think that animatronic was so lifelike. It was crazy. And then, like Morgan was saying, her favorite part of the Wizard of Oz section was then you see the friends are there and they see the Emerald City, and it's glistening and it's beautiful.
Sparkling, yeah.
And then you go into the finale, which was a montage of some of the greatest moments of movie history. But originally, the concept was going to be that the curtains that were all around you on all the sides would open up and animatronics from every movie from the ride would take a bow.
Holy cow.
And that would be the finale. But that was eventually scrapped and replaced by the montage sequence set to The Entertainer by Scott Joplin.
Wow. Well, I love the montage sequence. I love it. But wow, that would have been intense.
Right?
I mean, jaw-dropping.
Oh, yeah. It's like Hall of Presidents times 5. Really.
Oh, my God. I can imagine, but wow.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So I assume scrapped for budget, because that would have been wildly expensive.
I would also assume scrapped for budget.
But then they would have had all those animatronics they could have put in at different places.
Yeah, then you could have 10 Kylo Rens.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the montage was iconic in itself. Mm-hmm. I thought it was great. It was occasionally updated. There is a list of the movies that were in it. It is too many movies to name. There's so many films in it. It's crazy.
In the montage? Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Some of my favorite moments include Good Morning Vietnam.
Yeah, I love that too. I've not even seen that movie, but it's nice to have Robin Williams.
Yeah. Yeah, I used to look forward to that.
Yeah, me too.
Later on, they added Star Wars and a bunch of stuff.
They did, yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I loved it.
I liked the Gone with the Wind scene.
Yes, the Gone with the Wind. Yes, of course. I loved that they set it to The Entertainer. The boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was great.
And how the scenes match the music.
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain that.
No, like Charlie Chaplin steps on a piece of wood and it's in time with like a punch of the piano or something.
And then
I love it.
And then when the voices, they would only have audio on some of these scenes, and it was just so well placed that it was like, I don't know.
We will also be watching that.
Yeah.
Add it to the list.
I love that. I can't remember if I liked the first one better than the second one when they added all the Disney IP, but I did like the Disney IP.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I'm a Disney fan. I don't think they took away a ton, but they could have. I was a kid when the change happened, so...
Yeah, it was a really long time ago now. Yeah. But I remember seeing the second one and being like, oh, they changed a little bit. It wasn't so crazy.
Was it when they changed to Turner Classic Movies?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
And were you going to get into that when they changed to Turner Classic Movies, they took away some of the speaking parts from the cast member?
Yeah, I wasn't going to get too into the details. That was in 2014. So as part of a programming deal with Disney, TCM, Turner Classic Movies, agreed to become the sponsor of the attraction. It underwent a refurbishment in 2015. They added a new pre-show and post-show hosted by Robert Osborne, who would also provide the onboard narration to the ride. And the changes were unveiled on May 29th, 2015. And so when you were going through the ride, originally the cast member would kind of be the one giving you
all the stuff.
The trivia, the facts, the lines. And in the updated version, they would do the lines, like the interaction with the gangster, the interaction with the wicked witch.
No, not right?
What?
You mean the cast member would do yes, member. Exactly. It was a little bit weird because
it was.
The narrator, the speaker guy, I know you already named him like 3 times and I keep not saying it, but anyway, he was talking.
If you're listening, Robert Osborne, it's not Morgan's fault.
So Robert Osborne would be talking, and then at some point the cast member had to take over so that it made any sense at all for this hijacking. Yeah, so you even knew this person that was being taken away and would later rescue us.
I always felt that was kind of forced.
Yeah.
Or
was it that he didn't even start Robert Osborn didn't even start talking until after that happened.
No, I think they introduced him in the beginning. I can't be 100% sure because I wrote it way more before the TCM takeover than after the TCM takeover.
It did help a little bit because, like, during the alien scene, when it was the cast member, it was the person who had just hijacked you, and they wouldn't know anything to tell you about the alien scene.
Yeah.
But then when it was Robert Osborn, he, of course, did and could tell you about it because he's just somebody in a speaker. He's not been hijacked. You know what I mean?
Yes, I did like that.
Yeah.
I like that they were able to provide actual trivia. He was able to provide
and all trivia. He did in that alien scene was like an introduction, but still it was something.
Yeah, and he's got an iconic voice.
Yes, he mentioned Sigourney Weaver. Yeah.
Although the original narrator for the alien scene, which I did a little bit of earlier, I think was iconic. You are aboard the spaceship Nostromo. Like, I don't know. I liked that too.
That wasn't the cast member, right?
No, it was that scene was a rare moment in the Great Movie Ride where a random voice came.
Oh, okay. I thought that was the Robert Osborn.
During the TCM,
it was. Okay, so they had a narrator speaker guy before that. Okay,
but just in the alien part, isn't that weird? Yes, and I'll say 4 words. I don't know how to count. That will remind you that it was a narrator, and it was, "Please remain in your vehicles." A voice used to come over the speaker and say that. Yeah.
So you weren't panicking around. Okay, yeah. Now that you mention all this, it's all blurring.
Yeah, it actually is kind of hard to keep track of what is where.
Yeah.
Partially because there is just so much dialogue in the ride.
Right. I would have gone on it way, way more before it was TCM.
Oh, yeah. It was only that way for 2 years.
Right. Jake and I both had a period of time in the late 2010s.
Yes.
Where we weren't going for different personal reasons to Disney for a few years.
Our
so
hiatus.
Yeah.
So we kind of missed the finale of this.
We did.
Of the Great Movie Ride.
Oh my God. I am so bummed about how, because I started coming back right after the Great Movie Ride. When did it close? I'm sure you have that in your
2017.
Okay. Yeah. I went in 2016 and then moved to Florida in 2017. So like that's and that was about the same time as Osborne Spectacle of Lights too, which is another one that breaks my heart.
Yep. I started going back that same time, 2017.
Yeah.
And I had missed it. I had already missed the closure of the Great Movie Ride. Yeah. Extremely sad. Although we can relish the fact that we were able to ride it many times in its heyday.
Yeah.
Unaltered.
Right.
By stuff.
So Michael says he's been grateful. On it, so we must have ridden it once at that point.
Right. But
crazy.
It is, it's hard to remember what was where too.
Yeah.
There were some other changes as well. The Footlight Parade thing we talked about.
Oh, yeah.
But also the Wicked Witch animatronic had an update at some point to become a more advanced animatronic figure with Sarcos technology, which made it the most advanced animatronic figure at the time, which is very cool. I love that because I love animatronics and I love the Wicked Witch of the West.
Yeah.
So all of that together was very fun. And then, obviously, the 2014 Turner Classic Movies Takeover was probably the biggest change to the attraction. And that lasted until July 15th, 2017, when it was announced that the Great Movie Ride would be permanently closed later that year in order to make room for Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, which is what we have now. Mm-hmm. And I would say that this ride, some would call it a great movie ride. It left a big legacy because, first of all, it used that really cool technology, same as Universe of Energy, but in a cool way that really made sense because they called it a moving theater, which I think really played into the theme of the attraction. And I think the interaction with a live cast member and these huge sets throughout the ride and the animatronics and the use of the montage scene at the end, I think it made for a very unique Disney parks experience. Yeah. Normally, if you've got a live cast member, it's a Living with the Land type situation where they're doing some type of light narration. Yeah. But this was truly theater in the ride.
Agreed.
Crazy.
It was crazy. I loved it. This is also, I think, the thing that fit the theming of MGM or Hollywood Studios the best, which again, is why it's so hard to understand why it's gone.
I know. It's like truly heartbreaking because it was an encapsulation of that original theme of MGM, of inside of movie magic.
Yeah.
And now it's just they've gone a different direction.
Sometimes I feel like the issue is sometimes we really understand why something's going away. At least there's that, like the Aerosmith Rock and Roller Coaster. Yeah. Whether you like it or not, you can understand that Aerosmith's not making new music anymore,
right.
Which means they're not going to be appealing to the younger audiences coming up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it makes sense. I understand why you're doing this, whether I like it or not. I do like it, by the way, but like whether you like it or not, it's an understandable, logical thing that's happening. This one, I don't understand at all.
I know.
Not even a little bit.
Seems like this would be the easiest concept. And by the way, they had planned when building this attraction that all of the movie sections would be in individual show scenes.
Right.
So that as time went on and they felt the need to perhaps update things.
Yeah. Oh, you left out the horror scene.
That they could. Oh, yeah. They had...
it's teeny.
It's very short. It's after Indiana Jones, Night of a Thousand... What was that movie called even? I See Dead People. Yeah, that movie.
Not that movie.
Oh, no. They make a joke about that movie. That's what it was.
Every time you'd go in there and they'd be like, I'd see dead people, but that wasn't about that movie. It was the old horror movies. Anyway, go on.
Yes. But it was just like a bunch of skeletons.
Yeah.
That's literally all it was. It was creepy, but it was like so... It was so funny and weird. Again. No, you're okay.
Doing that.
What were we even?
I don't know. I'm so sorry.
No, you're good. Okay, yeah.
They planned to be able to change the movies as time went on in case something became irrelevant, I guess, or they just wanted to update.
Or like, yeah, because you would understand that you've got a ride with a movie like Alien in it. In 1989, when it opened, that was like hyper relevant.
Right.
But then as time went on, you're like, okay, why is Alien in this, but nothing from the past 10 years?
Right. And they had the ability to change it.
Right. So if they wanted to swap out even like that Tarzan scene, I don't think anyone would have necessarily missed it. I mean, maybe someone would. But the general population probably wouldn't miss it if they swapped it out for a more relevant, modern adventure movie.
And they could promote their stuff. And if they had changed the whole theme of the Hollywood Studios theme park, then I guess I would have been able to understand why they would take out a movie, like how I don't think this ride would have worked in Epcot.
Right.
But they didn't. It's still called Hollywood Studios. There's still a very vague Hollywood movie making theme to it. So that was, I feel like that was the glue holding it together. So I don't really get why it's gone.
Agreed. It is sad to see. I will say I'm glad they were able to maintain the Chinese theater. Yeah. I think that's a cool remnant of the Great Movie Ride.
Yeah.
I'm glad that still exists. Something that is also interesting is that there were 3 kind of iterations of the Great Movie Ride that were going to be made beyond the original that never happened. The first was a Great Muppet Movie Ride that was planned for the Muppets.
For real?
Yeah, for the Muppet Land while Jim Henson was alive. That there are a lot of concept art renderings of that have made their way out over the years of them doing the Muppets doing Frankenstein, the Muppets doing Peter Pan.
Oh, so not even their actual movies.
No,
they could have.
They were going to ruin classic movies.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I do think you've mentioned this. I would have loved this.
That would have been very fun. There was also going to be a Great Movie Ride in Disney California Adventure originally in the Hollywood section, but due to the financial failure of Euro Disneyland, that ended up being cut for budget reasons, which is very sad. The Great Movie Ride is very expensive.
It would have made a lot of sense back when that park first opened. It wouldn't make any sense now. Park. Yeah, it would have helped that park for sure. Yeah. I agree.
I know. Now California Adventure is such a mess.
Mishmash. Yeah. Although that's what's happening to Hollywood Studios too. And they have a lot of the same rides.
Disney's Florida Adventure.
Yeah. I've heard they talked about calling it that.
Oh God.
The Florida Project.
I would kind of hate that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My sister told me that when she was interning at Disney, and that was
really
10 years ago.
Dang, okay.
Yeah.
I did get a survey once that was like, what if we renamed this Hyperion Park or something? I was like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
They wanted me to pick. which one I liked the best. It was like, yeah, it was crazy. So they've been thinking about it for quite some time, apparently.
Well, I will say Hollywood Studios doesn't really make sense anymore.
True.
But then I don't want them to change it and then take away the Chinese theater or any of that
We
stuff.
actually have seen this happen, though. The final version of the Great Movie Ride that was going to exist was going to be in Disneyland Paris at their second park, Disney Studios Park.
Right.
And it was going to be a clone of the Great Movie Ride with French language. But they ended up not going with that, partially for budget reasons. That is a very budget park. But also because, for a cultural reason, they thought that it would be more effective to have a show about the movies than to have a ride about the movies, because French audiences, through tests, they figured they would enjoy a show more than a ride.
Really?
I think it was budget, to be completely honest.
Yeah.
But they did have a show that was a similar feel to the Great Movie Ride called Cinemagique. That was basically like, it was like if the montage section of the Great Movie Ride were also part stage show, I guess, is like a decent explanation. But
interesting.
They never did get a Great Movie Ride. Our Great Movie Ride was the only Great Movie Ride, and I think that makes it even more special. But that park, Disney Studio Park, also used to have a Hollywood theme, like a Hollywood studio theme, and they've renamed it to Disney Adventure Park, and they kind of are traveling away from that. So you can really see the degradation of the studio movie park concept throughout time.
Right.
Yeah, kind of crazy to watch happen.
Yeah. I mean, even Universal dropped the word studios. So, interesting. It's weird because I still think movie making, even if it's vintage movie making, because this isn't how movies are made anymore, if that's what we want to say, is very interesting. It's an interesting thing. I don't know why it has to go away, but maybe maybe I'm old. You know what I mean? Like maybe that's what it is, and younger audiences are not interested in that because it's not what's happening now.
I suppose. I do think, though, that there's an element of nostalgia that is the core of even things like Main Street USA, you know, where maybe people aren't interested in the turn of the century as a concept.
Right.
But when you're in Main Street USA, the magic,
it's got a fun vibe. Just like,
exactly.
When you're walking into Hollywood Studios, that whole area there, it's got that what is it, 1920s, 1930s?
Yeah, but they're intentionally vague about a Hollywood that never was and always will be.
Right, but it's got that Hollywood
Art
vibe.
Deco, 20s, 30s, and 40s situation going on.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was kind of a tour through the history of the Great Movie Ride.
That was fantastic.
Our personal favorites. Thank you very much. I'm so glad that you enjoyed it. And we are going to continue to cover some more Hollywood Studios history. So make sure that you're sticking along with us here on the podcast. If you would like to join us on social media as well, you can find us on TikTok or Instagram at Neverland Navco.
Yes, we also have an Etsy shop called Neverland Navigation on Etsy where we do custom teas or dish towels. Just go to Etsy and search shop names Neverland Navigation and send us a message telling us what your favorite ride is. Or if you love Great Movie Ride, just send us a message and I'll show you all the designs I have. They're not all posted. You've got to message me.
All right. I think that's about it.
Yeah.
So we'll see you at the movies and we'll see you
on our next adventure.
Goodbye.
Bye.